Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Welcome to Electronics. I am Madam Rosmin Azwin Abdul Rahim. As a student of knowledge, let's ponder this hadith. Jabir reported, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ask Allah for beneficial knowledge and seek refuge in Allah from knowledge without benefit." Source Sunan Ibn Majah. So, in seeking knowledge, we should always make dua to Allah so that Allah will give us knowledge which can benefit ourselves, can benefit our family, those around us, as well as can benefit the Muslim Ummah. Then we seek refuge in Allah from knowledge that did not give us any benefit or knowledge that can harm us. Na'uzubillah min zalik. This video is about Chapter 5, BJT AC Analysis. In Chapter 5a, there are three subtopics which are BJT amplifier, the second one is the small signal parameters, and the third one is the common emitter amplifier. Okay, in order for us to have a look on BJT introduction related to BJT amplifier, let's have a look on these points. BJT normally have been used as amplifier because it can give us relatively high gain, and in order for us to use BJT as amplifier, you should take note that BJT should be biased in forward active region. Okay, it should be biased in forward active region. So that's the purpose of having biasing circuit. And if a time varying signal is superimposed on the DC input, the output voltage will change along the transfer curve, producing a time varying output voltage. Remember, we have come to this before. Okay, so if this is the V in, this is the V out. So if the AC is here, right? So when it is amplified, actually it will be superimposed here along the DC line to be as the output voltage. Okay, then if the time varying output voltage is directly proportional to the input, so obviously we say this amplifier as a linear amplifier. When we are considering BJT linear amplifier, actually we can apply superposition principle, where in BJT circuit we have both AC and DC signal. So obviously for linear amplifier, we can do DC analysis by turning off the AC source, and then we can do AC analysis by turning off the DC source. Meaning to say, for this particular BJT amplifier circuit, as we can see here, we have both AC source and DC source, VS and VBB. So in this case, whatever currents and voltages related to the circuits actually a combination of both AC and DC components. In other words, we can say that, for example, the base current actually it contains both components of DC as well as AC. The same goes to IC, having both DC and AC, and the same goes to VCA and VBE. Take note on the signal notation where small v capital BE for this particular case refers to the total, while the one with the uppercase it refers to the DC, and the one with the small letter actually refers to AC. Since we mentioned just now, for BJT linear amplifier, we can apply superposition principle. So when we are considering DC analysis, actually we can turn off the AC source. So we make it short circuit, leaving only VBB and VC as the DC supplies. And on the other hand, when we do the AC analysis for the same circuit, what do? We turn on the VS source, I mean the AC source, and at that time the DC source we turn it off, making it short circuit. So as you can see here, there is no VBB replaced with short circuit, and even there is no VCC, it is being replaced with short circuit. And this concept is actually similar to the diode AC DC equivalent circuit. Before this, remember, when in diode circuit we are having both AC and DC source. First, when we are considering the DC analysis, actually we can replace the diode with a V gamma if we are considering model number 2. Then when for the same circuit, when we are considering AC analysis, we can replace the diode with RD. Okay, so this is for the diode circuit, but the same concept actually can be applicable to our BJT amplifier. So just now we know in AC the diode is being replaced with a resistor RD, right? But in BJT, whenever we are considering AC analysis, the BJT actually can be replaced with small signal hybrid pi model like this. Okay, this is the BJT model. So as you can see here, BJT has three terminals. Remember, the base, emitter and collector. So we have the base, the collector and emitter here. Okay, so the three terminals actually it can be represented by this model, where between base and E we are having one resistor with a value of R pi, and between C and E we are having one current source, which is represented by GM VBE or beta IB. It's just the same, GM VBE or beta IB. And in parallel to the current source, we are having R0 value. Okay, take note the direction of the current is from collector to emitter, because in this case the KCL equation related to IB plus IC equals to IE actually still applicable, where in AC small IB plus small IC actually equals to small IE. Now let's have a look on the small signal parameters or SC parameters related to BJT linear amplifier. So as shown in BJT model just now, the hybrid pi model, we have resistor between base and emitter, right, which is called as BE input resistance with a value of R pi, and this R pi is actually given by VT over IBQ. What is VT? Is thermal voltage, over IBQ is actually the base current related to the DC analysis, or it can be represented with beta VT over ICQ. It's just the same thing. And remember, the current source is being represented by GM VBE, right? Then the GM is actually called as transconductance, where the value of GM is given as IC over VT. IC is the collector current from DC divided by the thermal voltage. And as you can see here, R0 is the resistor which is in parallel to the current source, which is given by VA over ICQ. VA actually we call this as early voltage. The value always will be given, but sometimes VA is given as infinity. In this case, we don't have to consider R0. Depends on the question. Okay, meaning to say, if you can see from all these small signal parameters, we need to do the DC analysis first. We need to do the DC analysis first in order for us to find for all these R pi, GM and R0 values. Okay, so this is just a simple example. Beta value is given for this particular BJT transistor parameter. VA is given, then GM value, the transconductance value is given. In this case, we are supposed to find for IC. Then from there, we can find for R pi and R0. What you can do is just substitute all the values in the equation that I've shown you. So simply you can find all the answers. Now we come to the third subtopic, which is related to common emitter amplifier. Before we go further, you should know that when we talk about BJT amplifier, there are three configurations that we may consider. The first one is common emitter amplifier, the second one is common collector, and the third one is common base. Okay, but for this particular course, we are going to consider only common emitter and common collector. We are not going to consider common base, but it's there as one of the configurations for BJT amplifier. Then when we talk about common emitter amplifier, you should know that for this particular configuration, the output is always measured at the collector terminal. So if you can see from this BJT circuit, you know that the collector is here, right? Okay, we have collector, base and emitter for all these configuration. So the basic thing about common emitter, the output is collected at collector terminal. So as you can see here, we have V0 here where we measure the output, and here also at the collector terminal, here also at the collector terminal, indicating common emitter amplifier. Then related to this amplifier, the gain is always negative, meaning to say it is amplifying the signal, but obviously in a reverse polarity. And when we talk about common emitter amplifier, there are three types, which are emitter grounded. So as you can see here, the emitter is directly connected to ground. And the second type is the one which is having RE. Okay, now emitter is not directly grounded, but we have RE at the emitter terminal. And the third one is on top of RE, we have bypass capacitor in parallel to it, with bypass capacitor which is labeled as CE. Now we come to the first type of common emitter amplifier, which is the emitter grounded. And by looking at the circuit, we straight away know this is common emitter amplifier because we see that V0 is measured at the collector terminal. Then straight away we know for this particular amplifier, the gain always should be negative value. And for this particular type 1, as you can see, emitter is grounded because emitter is connected directly to ground. So basically for BJT linear amplifier, what we want to know is the voltage gain of that amplifier, because we want to know how much the signal is being amplified, and the voltage gain normally is represented with V0 over Vs. Okay, before we go further, let's recall the one that you learned in chapter 1 before, where we have covered this on voltage amplifier model. Remember, voltage amplifier model can be represented by having Ri as the input resistance. We are having AVVI, okay, open circuit voltage, and we are having R0 as the output resistance. Okay, so this is the voltage amplifier model. So in this case, for our BJT amplifier, we want to find all these important factors, important parameters related to voltage amplifier model, which are Ri, AVVI, and R0. So how can we find it? Using all these steps that are being suggested here. First, we get the R0 value, and then we get the V0 in terms of R0. Then from there we calculate for Ri. Okay, then we get VBE in terms of Vi. Later we can get the open circuit voltage gain, which are all the three parameters for voltage amplifier models. For us to understand further about this BJT analysis related to emitter grounded, let's have a look on this one particular example. So as you can see from here, you know this is a common emitter amplifier because V0 is measured at the collector terminal, right? And emitter is directly grounded, meaning it is emitter grounded type number 1. And at the same time, we are having R1 and R2. Okay, then before we go further, remember we can do superposition principle, where we are considering DC analysis first, then only we are considering AC. So for DC, what do? There are two things that you should take note for DC. First, whatever capacitors you are having in the circuit, that capacitors can be replaced with open circuit capacitor, open circuit. So when we are putting the capacitor open circuit, actually we are making this capacitor open circuit, right? So we are making this Rs and Vs disconnected from our circuit. We are disconnecting all these parameters from the circuit because capacitor is being replaced with open circuit in DC analysis. And we turn off the AC source, okay, but obviously Vs is already disconnected from our circuit, then it's okay. So leaving our circuit is in this form. So as you can see here, it is actually the voltage divider biasing circuit. If you still remember when we come to the biasing circuit, okay, so voltage divider biasing circuit, in order for us to to find for the currents and voltage in this particular circuit, remember we need to find for the Thevenin equivalent circuit, where we find for RTH and we find for VTH. For this particular case, RTH, VTH are already given for you. Since we already found for VTH and RTH values, actually that values can be replaced with in our input loop. Remember, for voltage divider biasing circuit, where for example like this, okay, so this is VTH and this is RTH. Okay, so it can be replaced in this input loop. So that's why from there you can get this KVL equation, where 5.9 IB, okay, plus 0.7, which is the VBE here, minus 0.756, which is the VTH value, equals 0. So substitute accordingly, you are going to get IB value. From there, obviously you can get the IC value. Okay, then remember, we can get the small signal parameters from the IC values that we found from DC analysis. So from there, you just substitute into the formula. You are supposed to get the R-pi, R0 and GM values. Okay, we need to use these values before we can go further to AC analysis. Okay, now we come to the AC analysis of BJT amplifier. Remember, this is the original circuit that we come across where we are having VS and RS before this, right? But remember, just now in DC, we replaced capacitor with open circuit, disconnecting all this RS and VS from our circuit. Okay, now we are considering AC. So when we are considering AC, what do we need to do is, first, we should take note that now capacitor you can replace with short circuit. Capacitor is replaced with short circuit. But before we go further, first thing to do when you come to AC analysis, you need to replace this BJT with BJT model. Okay, BJT model. Remember, we have come to this before, where the base and emitter can be represented as having one resistor with a value of R-pi here, and between collector and emitter we are having one current source which is represented by GMVBE, and in parallel to it we have R0. Okay, so remember just now from the IC value we already calculated for R-pi, already calculated for GM, as well as the R0, which we are going to use here in AC analysis. Then after you draw this AC model for BJT, then only you draw the rest of the connections in the circuit, meaning to say, as you know, before you do that, whatever DC voltage connected to BJT circuit should be turned off, because now we are coming to AC, remember? So we are having VCC, we make it off. We are also having VTH just now, turn it off. Then what do we have? We have RC. Okay, remember we have collector, base and emitter here, and at the collector we have RC. Since we are turning off VCC, this RC is between collector and the ground. RC is between collector and the ground. So as you can see here, RC is between collector, okay, collector and the ground, which is the emitter, because remember emitter is directly grounded. So RC is between collector and the ground or the emitter. And another thing is we have RTH. Okay, then this RTH supposedly is between the base and the emitter or the ground, so we have RTH. Okay, we replace accordingly. And remember, as I mentioned just now, the capacitor can be replaced with short circuit, so you just replace with short circuit. Then we have RS here, okay, represented by this, and we have VS represented by this. Okay, so this is our small signal equivalent circuit that we can use to do for AC analysis to represent the actual BJT circuit that we discussed here. In order for us to do the AC analysis, actually the idea is we want to convert the small signal equivalent circuit that we have drawn just now into this voltage amplifier model, meaning to say we need to identify what is the RI value, R0 value, as well as the open circuit voltage gain that can be represented in this voltage amplifier model. How to find it? By just following all these steps. Okay, so all these steps have been outlined to you. I'm not going to discuss in details because I'm going to discuss more by referring to the example. So basically you just continue until step number 7, because at the end of the day, okay, you are supposed to get V0 over Vs, which is the voltage gain that we are looking for, that can be represented by this equation. Okay, for the same steps just now, let's have a look in terms of numbers for you to understand better. Okay, step number 1, we are supposed to find for the R0. Where is R0? R0 is the output resistance. Okay, so it is at the output side here. Okay, this is here, R0 at the output side. So as you can see from here, the resistance at the output side, actually we are having two resistors are in parallel, right? Small R0 and RC in parallel, so that's why the output resistance can be replaced with small R0 in parallel to RC. Whatever values you know, substitute, then you can get the R0 value. Step number 2 is we need to get the equation of V0. Equation of V0 where it is here at the output voltage where we measure at the collector terminal. Then this V0 is actually V0 equals to I0 times R0. What is I0? I0 is actually GM-VBE. I0 is actually GM-VBE, but it is represented with negative because it's opposite direction. Okay, then what is R0? R0 is actually the one that we obtained from the first step, which is small R0 in parallel to RC. So what you can do is straight away substitute accordingly whatever values you know, leaving your V0 equation is in terms of VBE. Please take note, this VBE, it is not the same to small capital V, capital BE, which means it's not the same to 0.7 volt. Okay, so now step number 2, we are having V0 in terms of VBE. Then step number 3, let's have a look at the input loop now. Okay, remember this is the output loop and this is the input loop. So we are supposed to find for Ri, which is the input resistance looking at the input loop. So as you can see from here, Ri is actually RTH in parallel to Rpi. Okay, RTH in parallel to Rpi. So you substitute accordingly, you are supposed to get the Ri value. Then later you get VBE, and in this case VBE is actually the voltage across the Rpi, because voltage between base and emitter, and this VBE is actually the same voltage as VI because they are in parallel. So in this case we can say VBE is equal to VI. Okay, then what can we do next? Okay, what do you do next actually after step number 4? Remember, we are having already the equation of V0, where V0 is given in terms of VBE from step number 2 just now, remember? Then also we know from step number 4 where VBE equals to VI. And in this case, in step number 5, we now relate to this voltage amplifier model. Okay, because we already know Ri, we already know R0. Now we want to know what should be the AV. In this case, we can say that AVVI equals to V0. AVVI equals to V0. Why? Because for this particular amplifier, there is no load resistor. It's open circuit here, right? It's open circuit here. So we can simply say V0 equals to AVVI because open circuit, there is no voltage drop, current is 0. So whatever voltage here will be the same voltage here. So that's why we are saying AVVI equals to V0. And we still remember V0 is actually given by in terms of VBE from step number 2, then we substitute accordingly, and this VBE is actually can be replaced with VI, where VBE equals to VI just now, right? So from here you can substitute accordingly, then you can slash over. From here we can get the open circuit voltage gain. Now we are having all three already that can be represented in our voltage amplifier model, where we are having Ri, R0 as well as the AV. Then what do we do next? What do we do next? Remember, we already know the value of R0, know the value of Ri, and remember in our BJT amplifier just now, we have the source resistance which is connected to the small signal equivalent circuit 0.5 kilo ohm, and later which is connected to Vs. So we can represent our voltage amplifier model here. Then what do we need to do is we need to find the new voltage gain, which is the V0 over Vs. In this case, we need to relate it to Vs. So what do we do? Step number 6, we find Vi in terms of Vs. How? By using voltage divider. So Vs is here, you know the RS value, we know the RI value, then we have the VI. Obviously, we can do voltage divider in this loop to find VI in terms of VS. Substitute accordingly because we already know the value of RI and RS. Substitute, then you are having VI in terms of VS. And step number 7, remember, we can come back to the output loop where we are saying V naught is actually equals to AVVI, right? V naught equals to AVVI. What is AV? We already found just now, AV. And what is VI? VI we already found in terms of VS. So we substitute here. Then remember, at the end of the day, we want to find for the voltage gain, which is V naught over VS. So this is the voltage gain that we are looking for, negative 163.49. What does it mean? Is the signal amplified? Yes, obviously amplified, but obviously it's in reverse polarity because it's having negative value. For the same circuit, we can actually also find for the current gain, meaning BJT amplifier can be a voltage amplifier as well as can be a current amplifier at the same time. But how to find for the current gain? You don't have to do a new model for this. It's just a continuation from the one that we discussed just now. But you should take note now we are considering current gain, which is the I out, output current, divided by input current, the source current at the input side. Okay, so in this case, I out is actually straightforward, V naught over RC. I out is V naught over RC. Okay, then IS is actually VS over RS plus RI. Okay, IS is actually VS over RS plus RI at the input side. Okay, so you are having these two equations. Then obviously current gain is actually I out over IS, where I out is already given in terms of V naught and IS is given in terms of VS. And take note, V naught over VS is actually the voltage gain that we already found just now. Remember, V naught over VS is our voltage gain. Then straight away substitute. From there, you can actually get the current gain, which is negative 64.6 in this case. There is no unit. We are talking about the gain. It's just a ratio, right? Yes, the current is being amplified by how much? By 64.6, but obviously it's reverse polarity. Okay, here is another example related to common emitter, where emitter is grounded. You know it's common emitter because as you can see here, we have capacitor where we use it to measure the output voltage here at the collector terminal, and this is emitter grounded because emitter is connected directly to ground. The only thing in this case for this particular example is at the output side we have RL, load resistor, connected to the collector terminal. So what can you do? First, obviously, we can do DC, then only we can do the AC analysis. For the DC, I don't want to go into details because I hope by now you know already that you have to do the Thevenin equivalent circuit to find RTH, VTH. From there, you can do KVL to find for IB and IC, because later that IB, IC values can be used to find for RPi, R0, and GM values. And first, you need to draw the small signal equivalent circuit. Obviously, we start by drawing the BJT model first. Okay, this is standard. It's common everywhere for any example. And after that, then only you draw the remaining of the components. I mean, you can draw the RC, the RTH, and RS, whatever components related to the circuit. Okay, but take note here for this particular example we have RL just now, right? The load resistor. In this case we don't consider RL yet. Only at the end we are going to consider RL. In this case we don't have to consider it yet. And after that you just follow for the first step where R0 is given as RC and V0 is given, remember, equals to I0 R0, where I0 is the negative GMVBE and R0 is the RC. Okay, so we are having V0 in terms of VBE, and you just follow the step where RI is actually RTH in parallel to RPi. This is RI, okay, and obviously VBE is the same voltage as the VI. Then from there, it's just about the same thing that we discussed just now. We already found for R0 and Ri. We want to find for the open circuit voltage gain. What do? We know that AVVI equals to V0, and we already have V0 in terms of VBE just now, and VBE actually is equal to VI. Substitute accordingly. In the end, we can slash it, the VI value, when we get AV, which is the open circuit voltage gain. This is not the voltage gain we are looking for yet. This is the voltage gain refers to this particular open circuit AV. Now, if we go further, then only you see for this particular example, okay, so this is the voltage amplifier model that you already found just now, where you already found for Ri, R0 and AV value, and after that only you represent the rest of the components which is related to the circuit, BJT circuit, where we have Rs 0.5k and which is connected to V1 for this particular example. And at the output side, remember at the collector terminal we have the load resistor. This is where now you need to connect it to the load resistor RL. Then what do we do next? Obviously, at the end of the day, we want to find AV, which is V0 over Vs, right? So in this case, we need to find Vi in terms of Vs. What do? Just the same thing, voltage divider, where we relate Vi in terms of Vs. In this particular case, Vs is actually V1. Okay, so meaning to say, for this particular example, our V0 is our AV voltage gain is V0 over V1. Okay, so we are having Vi in terms of V1, and later for the next step, what do? Now you cannot consider AVVI equals to V0 anymore. Why? Because it's not open circuit anymore. The circuit now at the collector we are having RL. So in this case, what do you need to do is you need to relate V0 and Vi here, okay, by using voltage divider. Okay, we cannot consider like this anymore. We need to use voltage divider, substitute accordingly. Later you can get the relationship where Vi here, this is, we're having AVVI here, right? And this Vi can be represented with this 0.782 V1, which is this value. Then at the end of the day, you can relate V0 and V1, which is the voltage gain we are looking for, which in this particular example equals to -10. This is the voltage gain that you are looking for this particular example. So if you are not that confident in doing this analysis, please do this particular example as your own self-revision. Try to do on your own, okay? So that's all about the video. We have covered 3 subtopics. The first one is BJT amplifier, and the second one is the small signal parameters, and the third one is on common emitter amplifier. But for this particular video, we only covered the emitter grounded. The other 2 types we are going to cover in the next video. So I think that's all for now. So thank you so much. Bye.